The views expressed in this interview are those of the individuals and do not reflect the official policy or position of the U.S. government, the Department of Defense, the U.S. Navy, or the Naval Postgraduate School. Welcome to the Trident Room, brewer of stout conversation, unfiltered and on tap.
All right, everybody. Welcome back, friends. This is Alanna Youngblood.
And Elaura.
And we are here with a brand new episode of Unfiltered. It's been quite a while.
It's been a while. You've had a whole human.
I have a whole new human. Yep. I'm currently holding her. She is in my arms, so if you hear baby noises, that is Anori Bell. She was born in November, and I've just come off of maternity leave and am learning how to be a new mom and a student and also podcast host.
Yeah, welcome back.
So we're trying
welcome back to the audience and to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So how have you been doing transitioning into motherhood?
It has been a challenge, I will say that. I don't think anybody could have told me how hard it was going to be. I wouldn't have known or been able to listen. But having gone through it, it is quite the challenge. So hats off to all parents out there who have survived the newborn stage however many times that you have done it. I will know this will be my one and done, and I'm not doing it again. This is it.
Yeah. Do you think that it will play a part in your academics here at NPS?
It's definitely already kind of played a part, but more so in that before I was the queen of procrastination. And I would be able to do a bunch of different things, so that way I didn't have to do the studying.
Yeah.
But now I have to do the studying, so it's actually, in a weird way, forced me to focus and not go off crazy ADHD procrastination rabbit holes, and just like focus on my actual learning, because I don't have a lot of time.
Right.
Don't have a lot of time.
Time no longer.
Time is gold now with her. So yeah. But
I just saw Avenue Q at Paperwing recently, and
I haven't seen that yet. Was
like
it
at
good?
all?
No,
or
I
just
I haven't seen it at Paperwing. How was it?
But have you seen it in general?
Yeah.
Because that was my first. I went in blind. Blind to it.
Oh, that was your first one.
Yeah, I didn't even read anything. I just knew that it was kind of an adult show with puppets.
Yep. It is not kid friendly.
And no, I thought it was great. I thought this cast did a fantastic job. The songs were super catchy. It was super funny.
Yeah.
As usual, there was not an empty seat in the whole theater.
Yep. I think they might have sold out for a few weekends. But I'm really glad you got to see that. I would so want to see that so bad, but I
don't know if it will still be playing, but for those who are local, check out Paperwing Theater. They always have great shows going on. I think
Charlie Brown might be next, so something is
always
upcoming.
You're a good boy, Charlie Brown?
Mm-hmm.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown?
Something like that,
He's a boy or a man?
I think man.
I think he's a boy.
Is he a boy?
But
boy?
the show might be called Man.
I don't know the title. The title is. I have mom brain. I don't know.
Let us know what the actual name is so we don't have to Google it.
Yeah.
But check out Paperwing. And also, I just got back from San Jose. They were doing Beetlejuice this past weekend.
Yeah.
That was my first time
in
seeing
San Diego. That was really cool.
So good.
Yeah.
San Jose, they've got some great shows up there too, but fully support Paperwing.
Don't tell my mom, who
will be listening to this.
Yeah.
My mom does too. Hi, moms.
Hi, moms. But I totally bit the bullet, and I got season tickets for this next season at San Jose.
Oh,
awesome!
They
have some really good shows coming up.
All
Beauty
of the
and
shows.
The Beast and all, yeah.
Yeah, Mamma Mia, The Notebook. I haven't seen The Notebook. The Bodyguard.
Yeah, I was like,
Phantom of the Opera.
That's a good
they have
lineup,
a super cool lineup.
I did it. I bought season tickets.
And Hamilton next year. I thought it was July this year, but it's July next year, so that kind of broke my heart a little bit, because I was like, oh yeah.
Totally.
Months away.
No, that's a year. It's a year away. We'll get there, though. Okay, so in the interest of time and making sure that little one doesn't break down into any kind of fit, why don't we go ahead with this episode's topic? Do you want to choose?
I do. Before we do that, quick reminder that if you want to be a guest on the podcast, you can email us or just show up. It's usually just Alanna and I.
Yep.
And we would
We
love
won't
to
buy-
have you. We have
it'll
a
be,
we have a
we'll
few.
We have French fries to offer.
Yeah, we'll have French fries and beer
Drinks.
or non-alcoholic beverage of choice.
Yeah.
So we will pick
Okay,
a topic.
I am holding out a plastic bag to Elaura for her to
We're doing it.
blindly pull this episode's topic.
We're not doing a choose your own topic today because between her new momhood and
Yeah.
me and my being so tired all
Being
the
so
time,
tired, doing so much at work.
we're just gonna go with the trusty handy dandy bag.
All right. What do we got?
Okay, so the question is, what responsibility comes with knowledge or rank that you didn't expect at first?
Ooh.
What responsibility comes with rank, right? Like it's maybe like as an officer.
Yeah, so like with promotion, with any
With
kind of promotion or like responsibility that comes with being there for a long time, or a promotion in rank, or a promotion in your job
That you didn't expect.
that you didn't expect. So a responsibility that you didn't expect.
Anything come to mind for you?
Oh, let me think for a second.
Okay. Or
Okay.
like maybe just leadership in general, because like as you move through these, as you gain knowledge or you gain ranks, like there's also responsibilities that come with having new leadership.
Yeah. I think a lot of mine, I hope this doesn't sound trivial or contrite, but being a junior officer, you're always looking at your senior officers and seeing what they do and how they handle themselves and how they present and what works and what doesn't,
Mhm.
and what you like and what you don't. And so I've always been aware of how, as you promote, especially in the military, how you promote with rank, you get more responsibility. By that, you have more people that you need to look after. You have more job scope that you need to incorporate, and more customer base that also needs to be thought about.
Yeah.
And so that's always been in my awareness as what I can expect with promotion. So I guess the thing that I didn't think about as a JO and I experienced as the executive officer at NIWTG San Diego, and then other areas where I've been the person that is the senior leader that other people are watching,
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that other people are watching you, and it just like didn't occur to me. And so the things I did myself, or the saying of like practice what you preach,
Right.
really had to come into play
Yeah.
more so than I thought it ever would. And so if I said something was important, like using your MIFLIC or a counselor, or
Mm-hmm.
going to get your making sure your medical is up to date, or making sure you're taken care of, not necessarily medical because those are hit lists and everybody does hit lists. Goodness, cough it up.
Cough break.
But it was like genuinely making sure you were taken care of. So like if I wanted my JOs
Mm-hmm.
to make medical appointments, to get something seen that was out of the ordinary, or she started babbling 2 days ago, then I had to do the same. So
Yeah.
like I never thought that I would have to carve into my own schedule that was filled with looking after other people or ensuring that they were looking after themselves,
Yeah.
of having to do the same to myself, because if I didn't, I was a hypocrite. And they're always watching you, so if you make something important in your life, they feel
Yeah.
comfortable making it important in theirs, and they feel supported in doing it. And so I guess not necessarily something that I didn't think about, but I just didn't think that importance of me taking care of myself or my life
Yeah.
was going to be such an example to others. I always thought it was just going to be like me taking care of other people
Yeah.
as the example.
And spoiler alert, you're gonna have to do that as a mom too.
I know.
Like, that's the take care of yourself and your child. But
Because they're always watching.
they're always watching. Yeah.
Oh, good burp.
And especially they'll get to an age too, your children, where that's really the only thing you can do anymore. You've taught them really everything. You've given them all the tools, and now
Yeah.
you have to let them figure things out for themselves and still love them to pieces and be who you
Be their
need-
own
yeah.
individual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole like, oh, if you like, however you talk to yourself and however they see you talk to yourself and however you talk to them up to a certain age becomes their inner monologue, and that's how they're going to talk to themselves for the rest of their life. And that's just daunting.
It'll be fine. So I think for me with this question, what I've been experiencing with more so on the knowledge base, because in a few of my jobs, I've ended up kind of being a subject matter expert in one particular thing, sometimes more than one. But what ends up being cool with that is that a lot of these you don't realize that you've become an expert until people just start asking you, like, that you're their
all of a sudden
resource.
You're the one that everyone comes to with questions, and you can answer
and
them.
Not only you can answer, you don't have to look anything up. You're like, this is how to do it, and just for me specifically here at NPS, it's the NPS awards instruction, which I never thought I'd be like a subject matter expert for an awards instruction at a university. And I'm like, no, I know all of my awards. I know where they go and who they are and how much they, is
how
it
much
a plaque
work
or
takes to get them,
who qualifies, who doesn't. If
The
there's a
lead
new
time that you
award,
need to be
if
able to
there's a new
submit.
award, how to get it submitted and what process. So it's been kind of cool to be a resource for other people when I've relied on other, kind of what you're saying too. It's like I've relied on other people on the way up, and now people can rely on me, which is kind of cool.
For some reason, it makes logical sense to, if you like step back and think about it as hindsight. But in the process, like as a JO, it's never something that I think I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah.
You never consider that you're going to be that subject matter expert. You never consider that you're going to be the one that people look to for examples in their own life. Maybe in their profession, but not in their life. And with military, that's such a very close marriage from your personal life to your professional life. It shouldn't be, but it is.
Yeah.
And a lot of times. And so that's just I think that can be where people go wrong. That is, I hate hypocrites. And so I was always really close or really quick to see that in my senior leadership.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And it was a personal shock and also mission for me whenever I was then in the position to show with my own actions that I thought taking care of yourself and your family was important.
Yeah. So airplane. Something on my mind when this airplane passes. I was listening to an interview recently.
It's a low-flying airplane.
I was listening to an interview recently where a senior military leader highlighted the importance of giving his junior officers grace with things, and it felt like a juxtaposition of sorts to like give grace, but also the military, you're held to such high standards, and like there's not always room for grace. And so I like,
the motto used to be zero defect.
Right. Really?
Oh yeah, zero defect Navy.
And so that comes to mind with this question too, and something I want your perspective on is how to balance that, giving junior sailors grace, but also holding them to the standards that we expect of our military.
So I think there's definitely the standard, and by that I mean there's like zero tolerance standards. So there's DUIs, any type of UC&J violation, and so if that happens, there's nothing really you can do. It's black and white.
Okay.
But within those bounds, if it's a question as to how to do something, so just because I would do it some way doesn't mean that that's the correct way.
Yeah, we've talked about like the give me a rock.
Yeah, give me a rock thing. So give direction, give clear direction.
Right.
But if they do it differently, that doesn't mean it's wrong. So you can accept this product that wasn't how you would do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe it would have been quicker if you had done it yourself, but then they'll never learn. And so I think that's a grace, like being able to give the room and the time for them to learn.
Yeah.
And if they make a mistake, not chastising them for the effort,
Right.
but maybe pointing out where there might have been an oversight
Yeah.
so that they can learn from it. And it is absolutely not the most human reaction to do it. It feels so wrong. Like, I don't know, your first reaction is going to be anger. Your first reaction is going to be exasperation. Your first, like, I would never have done that as a JO, or what, you know, it's just, it takes kind of self-taught, like, you know,
Yeah.
making sure that you're checked in with your own self so that your gut reaction that they see is never going to be,
Can you think of a time
like,
that's happened to you?
to me.
Yeah.
Or
Or
which way?
when you were either way.
I had an XO when I was a JO that we called him an oven. And because of that, like, you would go and give him bad news, or you would go present him with a
Oh.
project, and it would just be like a hot flash
I remember this guy.
of whatever. Yeah. And so because of that, it really kind of curtailed how we would approach him or what news we would give him.
Right.
And or the anxiety that would go into making projects or products, or, you know, that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
I remember having gone through it as a JO, and I very much tried to do something exactly opposite when I was XO. And
Opposite to how he would
to how he was. So I had several JOs that, you know, they would come to me with ideas or ways around a problem, and instead of a lot of times it was, have you read the instruction? My response would be like,
Yeah.
have you read the instruction? And a lot of times it'd be no. And so that would be a learning moment for them to always
There you
read the
go.
instruction.
That's how you do it.
But it's a learned behavior. And
Yeah.
you know, you can also, there was a time where I didn't do it. I jumped on a JO. I made it worse for her. And,
Oh, really?
And I jumped the gun. I didn't wait for amplifying information. And I made her question whether or not she was going to stay in the Navy. And I hate that.
Right.
I hate that I'd done that. But it was a problem that had been going on for so long.
Yeah.
And I was just tired of it. It was a personnel problem. And I just had all of these other info, you know, people giving me this other info that these things that happened, that these actions hadn't been taken, or,
Right.
you know, all this different stuff. And so I just, you know, just jumped to grilling her, and she had taken those actions. The information that I had received was wrong.
Oh, wow.
And instead of asking her what was going on, I just started grilling her.
Yeah.
And
So a learning lesson for
lesson
you
for me
as a leader.
to
Yeah.
not do that. And as an example, even though we try all the time, it's usually that 1% that'll stay with us. So
Yeah.
so yeah, there's, even as a leader, you can do all of that, and you can mess up, and also give yourself grace for those
yeah,
for
I like
those
that
times, and
too.
be like, okay, that was incorrect. I need to not do that in the future.
Yeah.
And I apologized to her, and made sure that she understood what was happening and why, and that her reaction was valid, and her frustration with me was valid. And
Yeah.
so it didn't make it okay, and it
Right.
didn't excuse my actions, but hopefully at least everyone learned from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Something not really on the professional side, but you know, now I'm working in more of a public facing
Mm-hmm.
job, where the first thing that came to my mind with a different role is, do I have to stop driving like a caveman, as my daughter would say? Like, do I, if people know
People
who
are
I
gonna know
am,
who you are. It's like
do
being
I
Ellen
have to?
DeGeneres.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be Ellen DeGeneres and have a bad day.
Yeah.
And be a jerk to somebody
Yeah.
who was a jerk to you.
I
Like,
can't-
you can ever be off.
Yeah, I can't ever
Mhm.
have like
Mhm.
a bad driving day now. I have to drive. I
No
never
road rage.
speed.
No,
By the
but
way,
no,
never speed.
ever. Always use your turn signal.
I do. I do that. But I just sometimes I try to find ways to
You know that meme of like when you're talking, it's like POV, you're talking with your friend and they're going through some drama and then all of a sudden they start yelling at whatever's happening in their car and then they just go back to talking about the drama. Like it's such a
Oh, no, I
whiplash
haven't
thing.
seen that.
That's me. I definitely do that.
You're like, oh, by
like,
the
"Oh,
way, I
I
had
think
really
my
nice lunch today. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
So I have to curtail that with her in the car. So.
Exactly. Yeah, and
She
I
doesn't
think
need
my
to know road
answer
rage
was
from age
yes.
6 months.
My answer was like, if you're that worried about it, then yes, you
Yeah.
do have to watch your
Yep.
driving.
Yep. If you're that
it's
worried about it.
Yeah. If you don't want the next person
That's a
you cut off
motto.
to
If
be
you're that worried
to
about
be
it,
the
then yes.
president of NPS,
Yeah.
then
Can you imagine?
I would be mortified.
Die.
One time I thought I got pulled over within eyesight of the dean of students because I didn't know I had never seen a Sprinter van in my life, and
Yeah.
his was, I thought was like, yeah, he's
He's
the only
that
one.
has it. And you're like, oh no.
And I was mortified, and like I was like, oh, do I tell him? It like ruined my whole night,
Oh,
and it didn't
no.
even end up being him. Yeah.
Did you say anything or just let it like
I just
be
let
and
it
then
slide.
realize later?
I
Okay.
just let it slide. Yeah.
Because that's like the worst when you're like, hey, there's not a problem. And someone's like, wait, was there a problem?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, wait, what?
Oh man. Yeah, it was for following too closely. I couldn't believe that because I was like, it was like on Highway
How
1.
could
We
they
were
not
all
prove
backed up.
that?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's
I
so
was, but
weird.
we were all.
Yeah, it's traffic. What are you going to
Yeah.
do?
Oh well.
I did see a reel where this woman was filming herself being pulled over by the policeman because, and I think it was in California, because he was claiming that she had her phone because they have that new law
Oh,
now that
yeah.
you can't have your phone in your
Right.
hand.
Right.
And the policeman was saying that he saw her with her phone in her right hand, and she's like, "Really, my right hand? Are you sure?" And like literally has
And
him
he
on
held to
camera.
it.
Held to it that she had her phone in her right hand. And she's like, okay, I'll see you in court. And she literally does not have a right hand.
Yeah.
Like she's an amputee. And,
I've seen that.
oh my God. I want to kind of see what part 2 was. But yeah, so as far as leadership and responsibilities, there's that. And then there's Baby Girl that you can hear. And
Go see local shows.
go see local shows. And thank you for tuning in. If you guys have any other examples that you want to send to us of what you feel could fit this equation in your life, then please feel free to email us. If there's a topic that you'd like us to talk about and kind of tackle, we will do everything we can to try and get that on the show. And if you want to be a guest, please reach out. And you can do so at the information coming up at the end of this episode.
Yep. Take care, everyone. Thanks for being there for us and
And Nori
through all
saying
of the
bye.
through all of the shutdowns, and
Yep.
we made it to the
And we're
other
back.
side. So we'll see you
We're
at
back,
the
friends.
next
We'll
one.
see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for joining us in the Trident Room. For more information about today's guests and topics, please visit the show notes online at nps.edu/Trident Room Podcast. The Trident Room Podcast has been brought to you by the Naval Postgraduate School Alumni Association and Foundation. For questions, comments, and suggestions, please email us at tridentroompodcasthost@nps.edu.